All right, let's go. You ready to rumble?
Welcome to the sexy voice edition of Deeply Disturbing Things.
The podcast.
I'm Macie.
I'm Naomi.
I'm Sarah.
And we are three anxiously sexy, deeply disturbing people, counselors who like to talk about stuff and deeply
Stuff,
disturbing
yeah.
stuff. Welcome.
All right, let's go.
All right. So I'm here today to talk to you, and if I have to step out and cough, you are in charge of taking over until
Oh,
I'm
you
done
can stay and
coughing.
cough.
No, it's not pretty.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about the disappearance of Marvin Clark. Have you heard of Marvin Clark?
No.
I sure as heck didn't. Pretty standard name, but I honestly have never met a Marvin.
I knew a Marvin.
Yeah?
Oh. At Frontier,
Really?
at Child and Family.
Hmm.
He was a great therapist.
Hmm.
You stop it.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's another Marvin.
There's a Netflix show called Alien. I'm enjoying it, by the way.
I haven't watched that.
I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Hmm.
It's good.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So he is actually the oldest active missing person case in the United States.
Ever?
Ever.
When did they start
He
doing that?
disappeared on October 30th, 1926.
They only started it then?
Well, he was the first one to at least go missing.
Well, I'm sure people went missing before that. They just didn't care.
I mean, I don't know.
Before 1926, they're like, yeah.
No,
How are we gonna find
Hey,
him?
Sarah.
nobody wanted to be anywhere else, and nobody wanted to take anybody at that point prior. So he was an American man who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. He was en route to visit his daughter in Portland, Oregon, so pretty close to where we are ish. During this Halloween weekend, so it was on Halloween weekend,
Well, that's already spooky.
right?
Mhm.
Clark's case, basically it's the oldest, and it's still unsolved to this day. I wanted to show you his face.
Yeah, that's his face.
Where was he?
This is Mr. Marvin Clark. Ignore the black dot of pixel breakage.
He looks like a Marvin.
Oh, see, I want that black dot to be like a mole.
He looks-
Sexy mole.
He looks like a Clark bar. Okay, so
He has a mustache of the
a
day.
mustache.
He was handsome.
Eh,
Ish. No?
not my type.
I mean, old.
I mean, old people can be handsome, but
I
he's
mean,
not my type.
handsome is one thing.
I mean, you can see back in the day, he's probably pretty good looking.
Not my type.
Are you able to like? I mean, I didn't even picture him as a younger
Yeah,
man.
I do that.
I didn't picture. I mean, okay. I'm getting
I
like
mean, there's a little sparkle in
then
the eyes.
what's
right.
it? The
I feel
notebook.
that's the mustache.
Notebook guy. What's it? No,
Oh, yeah.
Noah. What's his? I'm thinking of the movie.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it's
Was he in the
Ryan
Notebook?
Gosling.
Ken? Was Ryan? Was
No,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
Noah.
Yeah.
Ken.
Noah.
I'm just a Ken.
Oh,
Did you
Same
not see
guy.
the Barbie
Right.
movie?
no,
Oh, Ken.
no.
Same guy.
Okay. I never saw the Notebook.
Oh,
That's
that was one of
classic
my
love story.
favorites in high school. Like I said, and I had it on CD.
Yeah, it's a good one.
DVD.
Alright.
It's what I would
Your
watch.
love
Like
story.
the music at
Yeah.
the beginning always made me cry. Like it was
It's
like
a really good
super
one if you're
Yeah,
gonna watch
it's
a
a
love
good-
story.
I mean, I
It's-
would have to be in the right state of mind, like probably healing from a broken leg,
It's
heavily
that-
medicated,
anywhere.
can't go anywhere,
It's definitely-
limited options.
You already have a heartbreak going on. Like it's that kind of, you need to get into it.
Yeah, like
Gone
I'm
through all the
heartbroken
Netflix.
about my leg.
Right.
All the good shows you've gone through
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
What do you want? What do you want? Ah! I love it. Okay. He hangs off the
Well, old
Ferris
people
wheel.
can
Yeah,
be
that's
very
super
attractive.
I
I
was
just
like,
want to
us.
not be ageist. I
Obviously.
just want to go back for a second. Let's not be ageist.
About
Old
what?
people can be very attractive.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying
to me,
that person is not my type of old people.
well, and I don't.
What is your thing?
I'll know it when I see it. I'll
So
know it when I see it, Sarah.
Okay.
let's go back to this poor man being
Please
blonde.
let me know
Still.
when you see it.
So Clark left his home in Tigard, Oregon. I've actually driven through
Oh my
there.
God, I go there all the time.
Right, quite a few
Literally
times.
all the time
I've never been.
because Griffin Skate Park there is my son's favorite skate park.
Oh, we stopped there.
So we go there all the time. They have a T-Rex.
What happened
Cool.
there? We throw up. Or sick, something.
No,
Something
that
happened.
no, I've never been
In
to
the
Tigard,
skate park.
Oregon with you.
No,
Never.
no. Really? I just
Yeah.
remember going to skate park with your kids once on one of the drives.
A lot of the drives, yeah, but not that drive.
Yeah.
Good try though.
I don't know. I do that all the time. I'm like, I recognize this place. And I'd be like, never been here before.
Deja
Just-
vu.
I just like
Yeah,
to-
but time goes forwards and backwards, so
I like
that's
to
why we can
create
predict the
memories.
future.
I just,
And that's
you
why
know,
perhaps
bullshitting.
there is no free will.
Mm.
Future topic.
I know, that's a whole another discussion.
All right, so he went down there to meet his daughter in downtown Portland.
Okay.
Dun, 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 he never arrived.
I bet Portland in the 20s was fucking rowdy.
None of his family made contact with him that day. Some witnesses, so you gotta put your detective hats on here. You said you're a detective, right?
It's on.
Some witnesses claim to have seen Clark at a bus terminal in Portland that day, dressed in
Okay.
a dark suit and slacks. Over a week later,
I mean, that was everybody though, to be honest.
to be fair, yeah. Over a week
They didn't really wear
later,
colors back then.
a week later, November 9th, Clark's wife, Mary, received a postcard from Bellingham, Washington,
Oh,
apparently sent from her husband.
okay. What'd he say?
Well, we'll get there. So several witnesses in the area claimed to have also seen him there between November 2nd and 3rd. So, but that's like a couple days after. In 1986, a John Doe, which is we don't know, was discovered in a wooded area between Portland and Tigard. These remains are estimated to have been between 35 and 55 years old at time of death, and several mementos from the late 19th and early 20th centuries were discovered with the body, leading detectives to suspect that these were his remains.
Was this the first body discovered ever?
No.
Because that wouldn't make sense.
It just started in the
That wouldn't
30s.
make sense. You're right, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
That means
Okay.
there's other missing people.
So at that point, though, they were like, that must be him, and it actually like went national headlines that was in 2011. So that they found that and discovered that. But in 2018, it was determined through DNA testing that they were not his.
Mm.
So it reopened fairly recently.
Case unclosed.
Right.
Mhm.
And so as of 2024, we don't know.
I mean, the
So,
postcard though, like I feel like we're glossing
what
over
were
that.
details? I got
Yeah,
background.
we need to go back.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Let's do this timeline. So the background, according to the US Census, he was born in 1852 in Iowa. Just to give frame of reference. His parents were from New York. He moved to Oregon with his wife, Mary, in 1910. And he grew up in the community of Hallbrook. I don't know what that is. And then he was actually the town marshal of Linton, which would later become part of Portland.
Hmm.
So he's a rather prominent man.
He's a peon dub guy.
Right. So the disappearance. He left his home at around 1 p.m. in Tigard
Okay.
to visit his daughter, Miss Sydney McDougall, who was a resident and manager of the Hereford Hotel at 735 Hoyt Street in Northwest Portland. So the initial reported disappearance was November 6th.
Okay.
So that's 7 days later.
Well, they're probably like, he'll be back.
There was no cell phones.
That's true. Okay.
Well, I just went to the bar
That
for a
was probably
drink.
pretty
He'll
speedy.
be back.
It said that
It's
in
busy.
the Morning Oregonian stated that he embarked by Portland by stagecoach,
Oh my God.
Though
Stagecoaches.
though a report published the following week said he traveled by bus.
Oh.
So
Which
now-
was it?
Right, conflicting information.
Can you imagine traveling by stagecoach though?
That was the last reported sighting
It
of him.
seems so freaking rickety.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
It feels like a rough ride. And it seems like the
Rough
person
Riders.
out on the outside, like the driver, like you're really high up. It feels like unsafe to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like How often do those things roll?
It'd be like being in like a Bronco with big tires and no shocks, no
But
steering.
like
For
with pizza
hours,
cutters, not
hours.
fatties.
Right, yeah. Okay, so
Top heavy is F.
he.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was.
I would never be in a Bronco. I'm more of a Chevy kind of person.
I actually like Broncos. My friend
And
has
bow
one.
ties all the way.
According to newspaper reports, Clark suffered from paralysis and could not properly use his right arm.
Oh,
Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, he also walked with a limp, a distinction that police hoped would help get more sightings of him. So there's actually like a distinction, which
okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
So we're not just saying like,
right.
oh,
Slacks.
we're saying like you may have noticed
Right.
this person because they
So-
look.
He was a limp.
And because he was so prominent, police are actually responding, unlike with any type of marginalized population at this time or others. So they were trying to get attention.
Yeah,
His
he was
daughter
the first missing
offered-
person that they cared about.
Right. Yes. His daughter offered $100 reward for information leading to his discovery. So
How much was that back then?
I don't
$5 billion.
Do you have your phone?
I do.
Let's see.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Okay, so here's the postcard.
Okay.
So on November 9th, the Bellingham Herald reported that Clark's wife Mary received a disconnected postcard, reportedly written by her husband, that was postmarked in Bellingham, and that there had been witnesses who saw him in 2 hotels in the area, November 2nd and 3rd. The news article read, quote, "The letter indicated that the aged man's mind is wandering as it was badly jumbled, despite the fact that Clark is highly educated, being a graduate of 2 universities."
H man? What does that
That's what
mean?
they said. That's their verbiage.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 1926, right?
Mhm.
Approximately $1,764.59.
Dang. Yeah. So,
I don't think that's that much.
I mean, back
That's not a
then,
great, like, reward.
but if you're
Most
just
only
trying to
offered
get,
2,000 to help find a person.
I mean, if I was lost and y'all put up $1,000, fuck y'all.
2,000.
Fuck
How
y'all.
much do you feel like it's worth?
You know what I mean?
I
Like
wouldn't-
25K a minimum.
I don't think I would have even offered
I'm your
money.
friend.
I would have offered money.
You wouldn't put up a reward? Well,
I-
fuck you even
I didn't
more.
even think about that.
Well, I'm not gonna put up a reward when
Who's
you're
gonna
missing
Who's
either.
gonna print the fucking flyers? Sorry.
Sarah will.
I'll do the flyers.
Sarah will do the
I'll go to
flyers.
Kinko's.
I'll
I'll post it
I'll
up.
put it on Instagram.
Okay.
Sorry, I yelled and I'm.
I'll send an e-newsletter.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have a podcast about it. Okay, so
25K.
I'm at a minimum.
$2,000.
Come on.
I think that so to me, like if I happened to report someone with a limp and it was right and I got $1,000, I'd be pretty happy.
No, but if it's somebody that you care about and you're putting up the
Daughter.
So you're just
reward.
being judgy about the daughter.
Yeah,
What if she didn't have a ton of money? What if she
go find me, baby.
In 1926.
I'm sure that was a version of that.
No, that was called sex work.
Pour yourself out, whatever you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
You heard it first. If we're $500 short, we're expected to
Do what you
to-
gotta do.
So.
sell ourselves.
What
What street
I
corner
mean, it
would you
doesn't
go?
have to be that. Have a car wash.
No, what
Grounding
street corner?
sale.
What street corner? Nah.
We
Nobody
don't even
wants-
have streetwalkers in Spokane anymore. Not
Yeah.
even down where they
After
used
they
to
did
be.
that big embarrassing.
There was a little
There's
section.
nobody.
Where was that?
Down on East Sprague, where I work.
They did the sting operation where all of a sudden they went to the because most of them were married men, and they, instead of like putting them in jail, they went and they brought them home and told in front of the wives what
That's a
it
good
was.
punishment.
It's very shaming because there was other.
Yeah, we don't have an area.
They shut it down.
Or it
That
just
whole
wasn't
operation.
lucrative or it was dangerous or whatever. I don't know. But maybe they all went on OnlyFans.
I love that you're
Mm.
like we don't have like you know.
I do
All
know.
of Spokane, all of Spokane.
I drive around all the time. I don't see
Okay.
anybody.
Like,
And I worked on East Sprague. I work there and I don't see anybody.
I think it's gone really either west or
No,
east,
this is west.
north. What? No,
This
I
is
know. I'm
west.
saying outskirt, like
But
whatever
that's
those
not how it
towns are.
works.
Like-
Streetwalk has to be urban because you don't get the drive-bys.
Not with Uber.
There's no, we don't have it anymore. We have
I
no
doubt
street
that
scene.
highly.
That's good.
I 100%
I'll look that up.
telling you we do not, because I used to see it all the
All
time.
right, so
And
let's
it's
go.
not
Let's bring it
anymore.
back. Let's bring it back.
They closed the strip club. Remember the Rainbow?
Oh yeah.
I used to go there all the time. Love that place.
I've never been to a strip club.
Why'd they shut that down?
Because they gentrified that street. Now it's the U district. Whatever. I miss the Rainbow. Whiskey Wednesday.
So
Wednesdays.
the things that they found on the body of the wasn't his. So it's this like who is this person, by the way? Anyways, and he had on his person in 1888 Liberty Head nickel, in 1919 penny, a pocket watch, leather shoes, and a Fraternal Order of Eagles pocket knife, and 4 tokens with the inscription DNP found near the body.
So it's an eagle.
There's also a .38 revolver and a spent shell near the remains.
Wait, what was it spent on?
I don't know.
It was shot. There was no bullet.
These are
wound
the
to body.
questions a detective has to ask.
There's no body
What
anymore.
was it
It's just
spent?
the remains. There was a pair of wired rim glasses. Upon autopsy, the state medical examiner, Dr. Karen Gunson, observed a bullet hole.
That's where it was spent.
Is that what you meant? I was honestly going to the coins. Like,
No, the
where-
You
bullet-
said
The
a bullet was spent.
yeah, I know.
Where was the bullet hole? It was on his body.
Well, it was through his head.
Oh, so suicide.
Boop. Boop. So they ruled it a suicide.
That's a theory. Let's not rush.
But it's not him. DNA testing proved it wasn't.
Oh, this is the guy in the woods
Yeah, okay, hold
outside
on.
of Taggart. Okay.
But like,
Well, that guy had committed suicide.
or it was staged, and it just took so long for them to find it, right? Maybe. I don't know.
But the DNA, but you said the DNA said it wasn't.
Right,
Judo.
but like, what if he was still alive? And he staged and killed someone else to make it look like.
But did they do DNA or no?
Because he wanted
Yeah.
to be
In
scrubbed.
2011.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying he
Right.
back in the day.
I mean, I'm
So
making
was that
Staged
his stuff?
death.
Was actually his stuff though?
well, they're just saying that like it dated to that time that would have been relevant for a person in that time to have on them. That was
normal shit to have in your pocket.
normal shit.
Gun, you know.
Well, not the gun, but the other things. I mean, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
This, like what you're talking about earlier, like scrubbing yourself out so that you could just start a new life and just get rid of everybody and everything. He didn't want to be a marshal anymore.
If I could
So-
He's
start
like,
over.
at this job.
Remember you
I'm
said
gonna
earlier
make my
if
own
you could
death.
start over, you would like do a different career. If I
Ooh,
could start
that's
over,
fun.
I would have never had a social media presence ever.
I have a friend who
Ever.
ever started.
My sister, I'm so fucking jealous of her. Her and
Nothing.
her husband and her
Nothing.
kids have never ever been on social media unless I have posted them.
I miss the days when I went to Whitworth. I remember like all my family was on Facebook, and I was like, it's weird. It's for college kids, and
Now it's for old people.
It was weird when it
Yeah.
started.
Because there was like that transition period where it became public to everybody, and then I was like, I didn't do it for like
My
4
friend's
years.
husband was like a computer tech guy, and we were still all on MySpace, and she's like, the next big thing's gonna be Facebook, and I'm like, you're right, like that's weird. And then
I love
should have invested.
You should have invested.
MySpace got a lot of crap on what is it, Tom? Remember the little
Tim Tom?
avatar
I don't
guy?
remember.
It was like the owner of MySpace,
It's
but he
been
had
a
a
long
little
time.
profile thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
and he was like your first friend.
Right. Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. And it
Mhm.
welcomed you. And it made you feel like you
You
had
had a
something.
friend.
That's
And
right.
it's like, hey,
Have a
That's
friend.
right.
add your background and some music. It is like totally doable.
And I
I
did.
did too. And
I
I would change it
did.
up to my mood, my vibe.
I really
Yeah.
did.
I like the music.
My like
feature.
headline was always like
Can you
a
bring
quote
that
from the
back?
song.
I liked how it was dark. Like,
Yeah, it was a little moody.
like
Mhm.
Facebook
If
was
you
so
wanted it
bright.
to.
Too bright.
And my sis was dark.
But-
Saved my soul.
But
We need to
MySpace,
bring up something like that.
I think MySpace got a lot of bad rap.
Why?
That's a good question. That's a different topic. But yeah,
Okay.
all right. Let's go. I'm curious actually.
Anyway, if I could invent a time machine, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna never ever do social media
Why is that though?
because I think it's so fucking dumb and annoying.
Yeah,
And I can never
now
undo
you're-
it.
Yeah, now you're sucked
I'm-
into the
I tried to
machine.
close
I-
profiles and you can't because they have it now where it'll shut fucking everything down. Everything.
Dude, that got me in
Your-
trouble. One of my Facebook
Your
pages.
bank account and
Seriously.
Everything.
I tried to open a completely
It's like trying to leave
unrelated
Scientology.
and it was like
A cult.
use your Facebook to open or unlock this other account. And I'm like, okay, it's my Facebook.
Yeah.
But it was linked with my old closed Facebook, which had my old like maiden or not maiden name, but my old like married name and all the
and all your
exes
old
and close things.
photos.
And all of a sudden, and the second you log in, it reactivates your account.
That is so
And I
crazy.
had no idea that it did. And then it looked like I was running two different accounts, which was not the case.
Mm.
But that was like, it just has all these backdoor pathways.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry.
There's no
No,
way out.
there's no way out. That's the way I feel. I feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror. Because I tried to close our
Sure.
Spokanibals roller derby page
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried to
I
close
still have
our
serial book club.
I tried to close our
Right.
disturbing our podcast Facebook page. I couldn't because it said it would close our Insta page too.
Yeah.
And I'm just screwed. I'm like stuck. Like I have to leave it all.
Mhm.
It's completely effed and terrible.
Nuggets Instagram has like 30 comments that I can't get to anymore, but I can see that people are still commenting on it. Okay, so
Well, nugs.
DNA samples were provided by the mom. Wait, mom? Sorry. Yeah, great granddaughter. Blah, 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 just kidding. Down there, 2011. And they didn't match. Did not match. So the Multnomah County police officer stated, if at any point in the future bones are sent in and it's Marvin's, we will get a positive identification now.
We're supposed to just send bones in?
Yeah, and
Don't people do?
that we found bones and we didn't do that, but we did take them
Because-
back.
Well, because they were animal bones. They were like cow bones, that's why.
Well,
Do you need more wine, Sarah?
I need to drink my wine.
Sure. Thank you.
He said that way.
I'll give you some rough justice.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, they said, who's to say that a hunter or landscaper won't happen upon them one day? Okay. So he would have been 69 at the time of his disappearance.
I don't know if I would just know it wasn't an animal bone. I thought it was a human bone and you should turn it in. I'm not a boneologist.
Mhm.
You're not a what?
A boneologist.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You don't want to take that back?
Maybe I should explore that.
I think it sounds fascinating. Okay.
New career opportunity.
Yeah, I'm training for a certificate for the wall. Certified in boneology.
Phonology. Hey, rumpology. We got that side. So it's been 92 years since he has been missing.
That's the math.
Someone did it, yeah.
Well, I don't think that's true anymore because I think it's been 98 years.
Has it?
Because it's the year 20.
Well, that's why I wasn't gonna stand by it. I just
And
said
that was
somebody's math.
1926.
So
So
that was how old that was.
just my quick mental math says 98.
I like your quick math.
Mental math.
Mental math.
Let's call it what it is.
Mental math. Stop. Okay, so I got curious at this point because everything is just like about that part. And then I was like, who is Marvin Clark? Like,
Who is Marvin Clark?
right. And my article that I have to re-pull up because I didn't download.
So is this unsolved mystery?
Well, what do you mean?
Has
It
this
is.
ever been figured out?
No, it's still unsolved as of
Okay.
today. Yeah, so you could find bones. If you find bones, turn them in
Turn them in. It
To
could be
the-
Marvin Clark.
to the Oregon people. Like, what happens if you turn them in Washington?
Well, hopefully they'll
Or Bellingham?
mail them. FedEx.
Well, but would it come up in all the registries? Or is it like our prescription management system
Email
where
them.
sometimes
No, our nation's criminal reporting stuff is all disjointed.
There's probably regulations on mailing bones. I
Are
don't
there?
think you can do that.
Is that a
Well, if you
thing?
don't say, if you already have it in the shoebox and it's wrapped, and you just say,
Are people just mailing all kinds of
I mean,
crazy things?
I had to mail my poop,
Oh,
and that is crazy.
I brought my
To me.
I heard of that.
Puppy
Yeah,
poop.
for samples or like medical
Yeah,
situations.
I mean, that is just crazy to
I
me.
had to watch
that
that
I had to-
box sit on the end of the thing.
It
for
was
like
empty
2 months.
then, though.
I know, but I had
Can
to
you
think about-
clarify?
I had to think about her poop every time I looked at
But
it.
can you clarify that it wasn't just sitting there with my poop in it?
I didn't know. You didn't show me.
You need to be clear on these things. It's
I
empty.
put my dog's poop in a plastic bag in the fridge and didn't tell anybody what was in it.
Why?
Well, take it to the vet, but I
You had to keep it till the next day,
well,
preserve it.
I mean, it was just like later that day, but I probably should have told somebody. It was like in a yolks bag and a zippy, so I mean, someone could have stumbled on that. Like, ooh, I'm hungry. Is that grape?
I was just very, very embarrassed when I had to take that box to the UPS when it was full. And
Because
mail
it was
it.
heavy.
And you didn't have to say what was in.
Well, I feel like they knew because it had like the address, Cola Guard,
Mm.
like colon.
I wouldn't have
might
put that
know.
together.
I was pretty sure they knew, and I almost wanted to be like, "This isn't mine.
You're like,
It's not my poop."
sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. But then I'm like, I don't want to perpetuate stigma, and I was just like, "Here's my poop. Taking care of it. Give me that receipt so I can track its progress around the country."
Did everything come back normal?
No, it was a bad sample. I did it again. I did it twice.
Actually, you delayed so long in sending it too.
Well, I don't know what I felt like it was a good poop. I don't know what was wrong with it. I honestly
Denied it.
questioned.
They didn't tell you. They
Yeah.
didn't tell you like, hey, less greens.
They
this
didn't
week.
give like the details. They were just like it wasn't like
Fresh
the correct.
because they had been sitting on the counter for 2 months.
No, they didn't.
Oh.
Like there's a whole list of things, and they didn't like tell me which was wrong. But they're like not acceptable,
I kind
basically.
of like that too, though. Like, I don't maybe want to know. Like, ignorance is bliss a little. Like, I
No,
don't
I
wanna
want to know because how am I gonna correct my poop?
How many more times are you gonna have to do this if you're not doing it correctly?
Well, and then I ended up just not even doing it anymore because I couldn't deal with it. It was too
Wait,
much.
so you sent it a second time and they rejected?
Yeah, they rejected it again. No. The second time they're like, "Hey, you should actually go in and do a colonoscopy."
Oh,
And then I had it scheduled, and then I canceled from anxiety.
yeah.
And now it's been like a year and a half. So,
So you need to go in.
or not.
This is your therapy session.
Ignorance is
today.
bliss, right, Macie?
Well,
Cheers.
Why are they telling you have to go in then? There's something.
Yeah, but I heard Cologuard has a lot of false positives.
Okay, I mean, why didn't they?
That would make me anxious to go and do that too, though.
Yeah, you have to like drink
scary.
stuff and like shit yourself all over
That
and
sounds awful.
and I don't know that. See, I need a lot of information
They
and
shot
nobody
in
gave
the
me.
bucket in front of this woman, so I don't want to hear it. Like, are you kidding me? The shame that I have to carry and the horror that you have to live with.
It's a trauma bond we have.
It is. I'm physiologically experiencing it right now. I'm shitting myself and throwing up at the same
I
time.
mean, that wasn't even the only time. That was like just one of many.
That was definitely the worst. No,
I think after having kids, like
I think
barbecue
waking up
don't
next
bother
to you in the
me.
hotel bed
the
though,
pink vomit.
and I woke up in the middle of the night. This is like roller derby days when shit was just cray cray.
Mhm.
And Macie and I were in one. It was like roller girls all around this hotel. So Macie and I were in one bed.
Well, and this was
I
you
wake
told
up-
me you crawled. Remember, this was the cone incident too. No, or was that a different, just
This was different.
different day,
This
different
was-
story? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
they all kind of blended. So Macie and I are in one queen bed. There's other girls there. There's
We
people on
probably
the
won.
floor.
That means we won.
And so for some reason I wake up and Mace isn't there, but replaced by Macie is a fucking pile of pink puke next to me
Vodka cran.
In the same bed.
in my bed. Yeah, so
We share.
oh, I woke up to say to pee. So then I'm following this trail.
You didn't like roll into.
No, I didn't, but I'm following this trail of like pink puke, and then there's Macie like laying on the floor, like outside the bathroom door. And then I would go, and then I look in the bathroom, whole thing covered pink puke, like she'd stood at the door and just went.
Projectile.
Yeah, no, I do. I have flashes. I have flashes of.
This was from
Horrible
drinking, not from being sick. This was a
Oh, yeah,
different.
no, this was drunk.
This is drunk.
This is
sick.
Macie kept
Yeah.
drinking vodka. I was probably
Vodka crayons.
Yeah. There's pink shit everywhere.
Tall boys, which those sneak up on you because all of a sudden you're fine, and all of a sudden you're not fucking
like
fine.
Yeah.
And this is like a cultural thing. Like this is like you play your ass out on roller derby.
And then your whole body hurts and you're exhausted.
Then your adrenaline wears off and you're just partying and like I mean it could go deep into the night and then like
You
everybody's
dance
And it's
a
so
lot.
fun until it's not.
Well,
Until
no,
you're
no,
laying in
no,
pink puke.
there is no not because you do it until you go unconscious. It's then
Yeah,
once
yeah,
you're
yeah.
sober
yeah.
that then you find the things. Because then I remember waking up. I woke up. I don't remember where I woke up, but I woke up somewhere. But I remember you just being like, walking me through how you had to clean it up. And I was impressed because you were like, I had to. People had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, starting with me. I had to pee.
Yeah.
So I had to in the middle of the night, and I'm not like completely in my own headspace.
Oh.
I had to clean
I've done
at
that
least
for my
an area, so I could pee in others.
And
And then I stepped back over Macie, stepped around the trail of pink, made some kind of like, I think I put like a towel over the spot next to me and then just like
Yeah.
huddled on the other end.
You're like, please don't roll.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're always so happy though if you know you've thrown up because you don't get all sick feeling the next day, like it's out of you. So I was
So
actually
you were good.
I mean, kind of. I mean, sort of.
And then you go out for a big greasy breakfast in the
Yeah.
morning and drive home like it's all good.
Right.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
reminds me
that
of
is
my
good.
It's good
Vegas days.
times.
Yeah.
I've had those moments when I lived in Vegas.
That's probably the only thing I miss about roller derby is the freaking like road trips.
Yeah.
Because
like,
we were
you're
always
in
it
a
was
different
like
town.
yeah, a different town, nobody knows you.
And this was
That's
never.
good.
Yeah.
It was never like guys, which was
You
like,
leave your
great.
family at home, so you can just go buck wild, you know?
But like in a safe like way, like what I
Yeah,
loved
you
about
have
it-
your peeps.
Because we had
Yeah.
like our youngins that I was young at one point during it, but then I got old, and then there was youngins, and it was like part of your job to like keep them in the fold.
Wrangled and make
Yeah,
sure
and
they
like
don't
chase
get
the
sex
dude
naps.
away, like,
Yeah.
excuse me, please back off, and that scares a guy because that doesn't happen in real life, but in Derby when you have
Yeah,
12 girls, we have one skater that we were at a club with once, and like some punk chick like moshed into her. You know who I'm talking about? Road Trip Canada. That
Okay.
Oh no, and all
Right.
of you.
well,
All our
That's
Canada
rowdy.
stories are
well,
terrible.
well, so what happened was she has a very like I'll just like all F you up face, but with a smile, and it's terrifying, and she's little, and so one of our skaters, younger, bumps into this punk girl, has no idea, oblivious that this thing's happening, and then this punk chick like shoves her, and she just like it doesn't notice what's happening, and then this other skater, this little powerhouse, comes up and walks up, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And this
Oh, no.
chick is like, "What?" And just starts talking crap. She said, "No, let's go outside. Like meet us up there." And she started like
Catch me outside, how about that?
getting pissed off. And then all of a sudden you see like at least 5 or 6 of us,
Oh,
like all
wow.
in the same matching zip ups, like walk up, and we're all
Yeah,
just
yeah.
standing in
And
a
then she's
circle.
like,
And we
uh-oh.
did. We went up and we were waiting.
I mean, that's one of the positive things about being in a roller derby is you are so fearless because
It's
you
true.
are doing football on roller skates with your body and very little
And
pads.
and especially like there's just like that residual of like I could defend myself right now. And
Yeah, yeah.
I was always the mom of the group though, so I was the one like, hey, come on, come on, come on. Come on, let's get out there.
Right.
I mean, but if anybody tried to hurt anybody, it becomes family, so you would have to.
Yeah, you guys are like protecting each other, cleaning up pews.
It's like a gang.
I mean, just
for sure.
I mean, I just cleaned around the toilet. Let's
Yeah, no,
be
there was
clear. I
still-
wasn't
yeah.
like scrubbing the tub or getting
I'm
into
like, that's
the
a
grout.
That's a call.
I never put it
Clean
on
us.
my card.
Room 216, please.
You always had it on your. I remember you getting mad the time there was like the spray confetti stuff or like this.
That was my hotel deposit. That's why I was mad.
That was the time you headbutted
'Cause they
into
freaking-
a brick wall with your nose.
No, those are two
Different?
separate.
See, so
two-
all the same night.
Two separate trips.
You're-
The confetti was
with
in
the- Put
Montana.
a pad on her head and you taped it.
The confetti was Montana. The pad was I think Ellensburg.
And then the raccoons and the throwing of the cupcakes.
That was
across the
Port
town
Townsend.
was Port Townsend. Their pity cupcakes.
Yeah,
Then got spread. They were so they gave them to us ahead of time
Twilight Town.
with their names all over them. They totally thought they were gonna win, and we.
And then we beat them
They gave you cupcakes.
It was
ahead
like-
of time. Pity cupcakes.
Yeah, no, it was like a thanks for
That
coming
would make me
out.
so mad.
And
And they talked a ton
not
about-
only did they give us cupcakes, they gave us an autographed poster.
Right,
I mean,
right,
that's kind of funny. Rude.
right, right. But you could see, so like halfway through, and we're getting.
Ahead of time though.
They're trying
We're
to get into your
ahead of
mind
time.
a little bit.
And it's not even humble because all of a sudden once they start losing, they get pissed, but you play worse when you're frustrated. So they just start going downhill from
That's
there.
why I always told everybody, cool cucumbers, cool cucumbers. Don't let them see you sweat.
Like
Yeah.
let the
That's
because
good life advice.
the calmer
Yeah.
you are,
Mhm.
the more pissed off.
The
they
more you
get.
can fuck them up.
That's
Yeah.
good life advice.
That's when I used to go out there and I start commenting on their socks. And I'm like, oh hey, I like your socks.
Yeah.
And they're and
Exactly.
they're looking at me like they want to punch me in the face. Or I go
Or like dancing to the music on the jam line or before it starts, like you don't give a fuck and maybe you don't, you know?
Or your book.
you go and like stand in front of their
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
girl.
Roller derby tips.
It's all mental toughness.
right,
Yeah.
Oh man. that's
Yeah,
good.
like you size them up, you go at the very beginning and face the biggest, scariest one on the track, get in front of them and show them right off the bat that you don't care. And then that shakes everything because they expect you to act a certain way.
Mhm.
When you shake it up,
Shake it up.
Good.
shake it up. And with that, I couldn't literally find anything else in this man's life. So that was it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be looking for bones and I will send them to my police
Did you
department
mail them
via FedEx.
Oregon?
to Oregon?
You said that we're not allowed to do that. So
I
No,
don't think so.
just label it as poop and they'll just take it.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, sounds great.
Until next time.
Well, real quick. I mean,
What?
why does it matter to find his body? I don't know because I know
Closure.
this man. Closure for who? The $100 that
Me.
wasn't enough.
Well,
Right.
there's probably descendants and also closure to, I think,
Descendants?
anybody, like now I'm invested. You know?
I mean,
Like I love to see like cold case solved. I love those stories, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
I mean,
Do not care.
I kind of know, but I think that's because there was no. I'm not. It's like when you don't get the plot built up in the story. Like I'm not invested in the character.
I'm invested because
Like, why should I give a crap about this man? He could have been an asshole.
What made you?
He
why
could
were you
have-
so
yeah, why
Something
did you
that
pick
is-
the story?
You
Did
don't give a
something
crap about it.
Yeah, did nothing
Because you
grab
are
you?
missing
Well, because he was
person.
the first, and we've had so many topics about missing people not being investigated, and they put money and time and still to current times like talking about it, and we can't have current cases of again any marginalized, not any, but most
Well,
marginalized
I'm
folks.
not caring enough where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take some time out of my day tomorrow to go look for bones. But if I stumble
Boring.
across a bone, I'll
You're not gonna do Shit, you're not gonna.
I will
watch
take
all
it
of them.
home
Where do we send it? That's where I need to know.
There's
and
actually
look at it.
detective because they have it technically open, so you could. There's
Yeah.
you can find the investigator's name.
I mean, I think I'm invested to turn in any bones because it could solve any case, you know?
But how do you know it's not just like an animal and you're
I don't,
But
and
you're
that's
gonna
why I think
bond
you
them
gotta
in
turn it
advance,
in.
And
But
they
you're
can
gonna-
determine
I'm just gonna start sitting in bones all the time.
but then you're gonna waste the resources.
like how
One.
many bones are you finding out there?
I find a lot of bones. I'm always out there.
Wasted resources. And again,
I think it's better to err on the side of caution. Like if I find a bone and I'm like, this seems humanish, like I know what like a bird bone is. Like
that's what I was like.
I'm not gonna send in a bird bone.
Okay.
But if it's like
If
seems
it's like, oh, this
iffy,
would snap.
I would check my resources. I would like check this with Paul. I feel like Paul knows
he
about
knows bones.
bones.
He's a bonologist.
I feel like Paul is a amateur bonologist.
Okay.
I don't
Then
know
I'd
what
be
the
like,
mature
Paul,
ones are, but
what's this bone? And he'll be
Oh,
like,
what's a mature bonologist?
because actually we go hiking a lot, and this is actually a conversation that happens a lot. I'll be like, oh my God, it's a dead body. And he'll be like, that's just a deer bone.
No, remember when we had that happen
Yeah.
next to the river and it was terrifying because it was like a deer?
Yeah, because we don't know
It
anything.
was a deer, but it's like it was all bloated and it was like half its skull showing, so it was scary.
So I'll check with my resources. If my resources
Yes, you're there for that.
If my resources are concerned, or go to FedEx and ship it somewhere.
Ship those bones.
Ship
So-
them bones. Them bones, them bones, them
So that's
trap
really it.
bones.
You know,
Leg bone is connected to
He should
them.
have left a
Hip
trail
bone.
of pink foam, and maybe they would have found him.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't want to be
But
found.
I think that,
I think he scrubbed his identity.
yeah, I mean, this reminds me of,
They called him well known in the media clippings, and
was his last name Clark?
Yeah.
Parallel story. So, okay, I'll do the super brief story because we're out of time.
Okay.
But the whole reason
Yeah,
I'm
don't.
in this region is because my high school boyfriend's dad bought the Clark Mansion on Hidden Lake to turn into a B&B.
Okay.
So the original owner, Clark, I can't remember even his first name now,
Mhm.
he disappeared off a dock in San Diego,
Ooh.
probably around the same time. Actually, I think it's earlier. Maybe he was the first missing person.
I think so.
And nobody ever knew, like, did he disappear himself on purpose
Right.
because he had some debts or whatnot?
Right.
Or was he murked? Like, nobody knows. But his wife ended up having to lose the place, the mansion,
Mhm.
and then it went through a really cool, like, history. Like, it was a war hospital and a,
Oh.
like,
Oh my
troubled
gosh.
kids school.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have to do a correction because
Oh, they did find him?
No,
Oh.
no,
Dang it.
sorry, no, but they
I'm so-
like I had gone through many sites and everything said he was the first, and I just found one that has a first that's older. So
Who is the first nurse?
The first
1902.
Marvin's the second.
1902, Elijah Cravens, a farmer believed to be in his 30s who lived outside of Umugly, Oklahoma, left on horseback to attend a meeting and was never seen again.
You know, I think that they
Does that
started the
happen a
milk
lot?
bottle
You get on
thing.
your horse and you just never show up again.
Probably.
Maybe.
You know, the milk bottle thing, the milk box thing.
Mhm.
Like, I think that started like in the 70s.
1938, Marjorie West, 4 years old, vanished at a Mother's Day picnic while picking wildflowers with her older sister, Dorothea. That's how you say that. That day and disappeared after she was briefly left alone. They claim they saw her riding in a sedan with an unidentified man who'd be around 80 if still alive. That was in what year? 1930? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's
I should do a topic on this because I have a deep connection to this. In 1914, 51-year-old Clark took a trip to Santa Barbara, California, and mysteriously disappeared along with his wealth. Yeah, so she had to auction off the mansion.
Ooh, the most reported one, last one. Madeline McCain, it was born May 12th, my
Oh.
birthday, by the way, 2003, is a British missing girl, age of 3 years
Yeah,
old.
I think they just solved this.
Did they?
Yeah.
Disappeared from her bed in a holiday apartment in Portugal in 2007.
Yeah, this is a very famous case, like John Bonet.
One of the most heavily reported
Yeah.
missing person case in history. She has been missing for 16 years.
And there was that girl, like
It doesn't say this solved.
Lynn. No, but they're pretty sure they found the guy. But then there was this girl last year that came on social media. It was like, I am Madeline McCain, but they did DNA and she's not.
Those bits, see,
She doesn't even look like her.
wasting
When I saw her face, I'm
resources.
like, you're not Madeline McCain.
What
You're
was her
not.
point? She's just trying to be famous.
I think she had like some mysteries and holes in her past, and so in
She
her
made-
mind, she
thought
kind of put
maybe.
it together. There's a fly.
It's a little gnat.
Okay. I don't think so.
Okay, we
Alright.
gotta wrap this up.
Until next time.
If you find some bones, FedEx them somewhere.
Yeah, follow the breadcrumbs of pink foam.
Clean up after your friend's puke.
It was that's a solid. That's a solid. It was really nice
That's how you prove true
to
friendship.
not have to do that myself.
I'm a true
Yeah,
friend,
you're a
Macie.
true
Don't
friend.
forget it.
You're a good true friend.
And if your friend goes missing, offer more than
I said
$1,000, Jesus.
all right, I'm a shitty friend. I get it. I get it.
Man,
I
that's
said
wrong.
I
can afford
I said I'd eat her too. So what? I mean,
If
if
I
you're
had the money,
stranded,
I would, but
I mean, she
Right.
said I need permission, but I think she'd give it to me.